Tell me more about your pregnancy experience with your first one.
Oh, you want me to go from the beginning of
From the
telling my
beginning, from
mother?
the first kid to the last.
Oh,
Because I
that's
know
deep.
all of the pregnancies had to be different.
The first kiss or kick?
Kid. You
Oh, because I was like, you want to go deep.
no
Yeah, so we
no.
were at, no, I'm just playing. But listen, I have like no shame. I tell my story all the time. I tell it to the girls at the school, just because I always tell them, like, man, don't get trapped, don't get caught up. But no. So you said pregnancy.
Right.
So um when I first found out, can I tell you this story about, so me and my friend, we were going to the public health clinic with her to get a pregnancy test. And she was like, you should do it with me. You should do it with me. I'm like, whatever. I don't need no pregnancy test. I ain't pregnant. Da, 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 da. And then we go in there and they were like, you're pregnant. And according to your calendar. And I'm just like, oh my God. Yeah. And she didn't end up pregnant. I
Ooh,
don't even think she's had kids till this day. Till this day. Yeah, right.
ain't that something?
Yes. Trap me. So once I found out I was pregnant and got through the shock of it all, because I was a junior in high school.
Right.
And so once I get through the shock of it all, and once my mama wasn't gonna beat me anymore, it was like, okay. Um so we went through, I've had a fairly good pregnancy for my first kid because I was more active. I had to get to school every day. I walked from school, I had to walk through the classrooms. And so I felt like I had more energy. And so I got to the end until I got to the end. I don't know if I really got to enjoy like the experience of the kicking and stuff like that, because it was just so many variables, like wondering how this is going to play out and stuff like that. So I didn't really get to enjoy those parts of it. It was just like, yeah, you're pregnant, but now I got to do this spelling test, or and I didn't get to really enjoy all of that. But the labor, um the labor was, I was just laying on my couch sleep,
Mm.
and I woke up and I was like, dang, I peed on myself.
Ooh.
Like, stuff like that happens, but I'm not that young. But I was like, man, I peed on myself. So then I go clean myself up, change my clothes, lay back down. Probably like 5, 10 minutes later, I was wet again. But it wasn't like a gush wet like how you see people have. It was just like, dang, why am I peeing? And I just went. So then I went and told my mom, I said, I think my water broke or something because I just wet again. And so she was in a panic, and we got in the car. I'm all calm. I go start the car, get my bag. She's just like, oh, what is going on? And get to the hospital, and they admitted me. They said my water wasn't necessarily broke, it was just leaking. And so by me being, I think it started I was doing the 6th, and it started leaking on the 1st. And so then I was in labor for like almost 24 hours, because the old school, that's like 1997, 96, I'm sorry, 1996. And they let me, like, even when they gave me the Pitocin, it's like I took forever to, like, usually the Pitocin they give you pushes it along, but it's like my body just took forever. And back then they didn't let you get up, and they didn't do all these different things.
What?
If your water was leaking,
Oh, okay.
they didn't let you do all of that. Um, and so this is like old school. I mean, it ain't that far back, but it was in the 1900s.
It is, but it's not. It is, but it's a big difference between.
Right. That was like, it was in the 1900s, but they was like really old school. And then right at the very last minute, he decided to want to, like, it's like my labor went from 3 o'clock to 4:26. It just went like pow pow pow, like really fast. And he came at like 4:26 in the morning.
Ooh.
And so it was just like, okay. And so that was hard, the pushing and all of that, and I just thought I was not gonna make it because I was young and I hadn't been in that kind of pain, and it was rough. But then it just went away once I seen it.
Oh,
So that was 26 years ago. That's my oldest son,
that's a
Junior.
beautiful story. That's a
Oh,
beautiful story. Cause
experience.
did they have epidural?
Yes. And so they had an epidural. Did I have an epidural with him? I don't think I had an epidural with him. I can't remember. I know. I don't think I did. I don't think I had an epidural with him. At least I don't remember it. I was a lot.
Yeah.
I was young, so I don't remember those parts, but I don't think so. I had two births and two C sections, and
Okay.
I was trying to have one with my second pregnancy is when I had another birth. Um, I was trying to have one with him, and by the time I was like asking for it, I just kept saying, "Oh, I gotta use the bathroom." I ain't gonna tell you what I said. I was like, "I got a boo boo," but I was like, "I gotta use the bathroom," and they was like, "Okay, let's go. Let her use the bathroom." But it wasn't anything there, and I was like, "Oh, what is going on?" And he was like right there, ready to come out, and so that one I got induced as well because I was just over it and ready to have it. It was like Valentine's Day is when we went in, and she gave me pitocin, and he came on like he was born on the 15th, and
Uh,
so that pregnancy I did get to enjoy more because my son's father was there, and we got to experience those things together, and um, my life had kind of slowed down a little bit, so it wasn't go go go. So I got to kind of experience like the pregnancy and all the joys and the kicks and the watching him move with on my stomach, and we get excited when he first started moving.